Hi, I'm Amanda. I come from a long line of storytellers living in Michigan. I'm going to take you through the generations of my family. They have a lot to say about how things have changed, especially the food and its preparation. It has come from purely functional, used as a necessity for energy and for surviving a long day, filled with chores, to fashionable, where food is more of a social event. Now let's take you back.
When we first came to America, the Indians taught us all about corn, but it wasn't corn you put in that instant wave and bam, popcorn.
Oh no, they taught us to use the mortar and pestle. This tool was made of either rock or wood. Some were bigger to make food for the whole family and others were personal size.
This was hard labor. We had to take corn and pound and mash it up into corn powder. After the powder was made into cornbread, corn syrup, or corn pudding, just to get enough energy to carry out the daily chores. Life would be so much easier if we could just push a button to mash things up.
Sometimes even bear fat was mixed in. Phew, the things we did to fill our bellies.
Moving away from bear fat, we're getting a little more delicious with food now. Still hearty, but much tastier. Let's see what my great Aunt Frances and Em have to say.
My kitchen is the center of the household, and I actually cook all my family's meals from scratch, not like these so-called housewives these days who buy instant rice and pre-made pie crusts. In my kitchen, I made hearty oatmeal and cracked wheat with pork or sausage for breakfast with fresh fruit and milk straight from the cow.
Women these days think cooking a good breakfast is putting Pop-Tarts in the toaster and giving Sunny Delight as a balanced breakfast. Poor kids, nothing but fat and bones these days while they eat and play their game boxes. We ate hearty and worked hard in the field. My grandmama used to mash up some cornmeal, add cream, and call it a meal. Yes, it filled us up. We worked, but it did not taste good to me.
Back then, food used to only be for functional purposes to give some energy to work, but thank the Lord we can make it tasty now. It's still functional, but after a hard week there's nothing better than a fresh cherry pie or some zucchini bread. Especially being from Michigan, where our agriculture is so strong, there is never a shortage of fresh fruits or vegetables to feed my family.
When it came to holidays or celebrations, we pulled out the fine china. I told the kids they weren't done polishing until they could see their faces. Gone were the days that the kitchen and dining room had to be practical and just plain ugly. Times were changing, and any time the whole family could gather and not think about the war, these were experiences to celebrate with the fine china and mouth-watering nourishment.
We're moving from cornbread to corn pops now. Add a few tablespoons of sugar and see what my grandma did.
The 1950s brought a new wave of food where there was less emphasis on how it got there and more emphasis on how soon we could enjoy it. Factories took the jobs that my grandmother and grandfather used to do and made food available to buy in the store.
You couldn't even walk into a house without seeing cornflakes or sugar pops in the cupboards. And no one ever thought about buying the off-brand. Nothing tastes as good as the Kellogg brands. Trust us.
These kids have it easy. The companies even started to put prizes in their cereal boxes. Less stress in the kitchen and less chores for the children meant more time for family meals that in the past would have meant hours of prep and chores.
The food was much more delicious than it used to be. New sugars and artificial flavors were added to the foods, and focus started to switch from nutrition to taste and appearance. Even fruits and vegetables started becoming a side item, especially during breakfast where cereal rules the tables.
Food has come a heck of a long way since my ancestors were living in the mitten, mealing corn, cooking hearty home-cooked breakfasts, or pouring some toasted corn pops in that pastel kitchen. While I live in a world of fashionable and the latest trend, a whole new form of functional has formed as well. Elaborate meals are important, but not like the home cooking that it used to be. Moms are working now, so there are alternatives to cooking, from fine dining at lavish restaurants to takeout, from instant meals to meal replacements. There are not just a wide variety of alternatives to family dinners, but an insane selection of foods as well. But how could anyone ever try all the options for cereal at the grocery store? The diet craze has gotten pretty big too. Everyone is chasing the next best diet plan, from Atkins to Weight Watchers trying to lose just a few pounds. While we all grew up in the Mitten, that's about it with similarities. My family had completely different styles of putting food on the table, but I guess that's what comes with changing times and changing lifestyles.
Chicken, have some more pie. It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried. Just eat it. Just eat it. Just eat it. Just eat it.